Welcome to DGT Live, better known as Dead Guys Talking Live. I'm your host, Johnny Walker. I've got a really bad cold, and I'm joined today by, as usual, my co-host, my heterosexual, or actually every sexual life mate since 1999, Mr. Tyler Dead Guy Ty Pereza. Thank you for joining me, sir.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
All right. And I'm also joined by, you know him, you love him. He is the director and writer of such films as Blood Moon River, Dolly Deadly 2, H&M Films' very own Mr. Dan Murphy.
Hey, guys. What's up?
Yeah. And then we have from RAD Entertainment, Garage House Studios, Mr. Tony Walters, kind of playing engineer and like my Cody Hall today.
Yeah, definitely your Cody Hall. Just not nearly as Tom Holland.
Ah, well, I mean, you got some kind of smoldering something going on. Don't sell yourself short, man.
Am I smoldering?
You're smoldering today, Tony.
Yeah,
you're smoldering.
Take it.
You got the beanie off. You're going full non-protection today.
That's because my hat's in the other room, and we went live.
Pluggy thingery.
Awesome. And as normal DGT Live fashion, I brought a very special guest that I'm going to pour in a Walking Dead cup. I brought with me the Founder's Sumatra Mountain Brown Ale. This is an Imperial Brown Ale brewed with Sumatra coffee. I got it from Christian from Northwest Beverage. So thanks, buddy. Anyone else bring a special guest today?
I brought a special guest from Douglas, Michigan. Sagatuck Brewing. I got the Blueberry Maple Stout.
Oh, excuse me.
And I don't have a Christian, but I got this from Tavour.
Very nice. Where's the blueberry thing from?
It is Sagatuck Brewing out of Douglas, Michigan.
Michigan. Oh, mine's from Michigan too. Yeah, Founders is from Michigan, which is right by our Indiana friends.
Yeah, I drink Founders quite a lot, actually. I like Founders.
Right.
Founders is great. Their all-day IPA is my go-to beer.
That's one of the ones that is regularly carried around here in a lot of bars and restaurants and things, so I get that a lot too.
It's fantastic.
Hells yes. Are we drinking some Paps or some bottled water tonight, gentlemen?
A little bottled water tonight. Part of me being completely unorganized this evening.
Perfect. And later on, spoiler, we might be joined by another special guest from the RAD Entertainment side as well. If she pops in, then we will talk to her then. But right now, we will kick off the show. And first off, this show is gearing up for The Walking Dead Season 8 mid-season premiere. It's coming back on Sunday. This episode is titled Honor. It is a 82-minute episode, so it's an extended episode. And so we just want to cover a few things. We've talked kind of ad nauseum about just everything that's happened so far, even all the off-season, during the break news that we've had with all the Carl stuff. Spoiler alert, if you don't know Carl's dead by now, then, don't watch this. But too late. So we're just going to talk about a couple things that have kind of popped up just to gear everyone up for the return. So the first thing I want to talk about, gentlemen, is some of the early reviews are in, and I have 3 quotes from kind of reputable sources, and they have screened. These are websites that have screened the episode Honor already and kind of given their feedback on it. So the first one, this is from comicbook.com, and they say, quote, "The Walking Dead fans might come around to Carl's death after all. Considering his send-off episode is a masterfully paced and emotionally devastating installment, setting the stage for Rick and Negan's feud to finally reach a conclusion." So it seems like a pretty, glowing review. So I want to go to Dan. What do you think about that?
The review kind of makes it sound like Carl's death is for a good reason and helps with the feud between Rick and Negan, is kind of how that sounds like. Maybe they can come to some kind of crazy understanding. I don't know. But that's kind of how that sounds to me.
Yeah. Absolutely. And it sounds like it actually confirmed, because lately, you know, this past week, it's been kind of shaky if is Carl going to survive or not? You know, maybe it was kind of a red herring thing, but this review kind of confirms it. What do you think about this review, Mr. Tony Walters?
I think it sounds great, but we were just talking before we went live about how is Carl dead or not, and this review it pretty much says yes, he's dead, which I'm totally fine with.
Can you say it one more time?
The review? Yeah, it says The Walking Dead fans might come around to Carl's death after all, considering his send-off episode is a masterfully paced and emotionally devastating installment, setting the stage for Rick and Negan's feud to finally reach conclusion.
Right, you know, and in the story, I guess it does confirm he's dead, if that's the case, but yeah. It needed...
Have you guys heard that? Tyler, did you hear anything about that it might be a red herring as far as Carl's death?
No, I haven't. And I'm sorry, I haven't been paying much attention to you guys. We have listen. We have Unsleeved Media has joined our chat room and is blowing up the chat right now. So Jeremy from Unsleeved Media, I guess, sent all these guys to your channel, John. So just wanted to say thanks to you guys for being on the chat.
Oh, well, thank you, Jeremy from Unsleeved Media. He is a pretty prominent member of the Magic the Gathering community. So, yeah, thank you so much for sending everyone our way. Hope you enjoy what you find here. So thanks again, Jeremy, and everyone that follows Jeremy for joining us tonight. This isn't about Magic the Gathering tonight, but stay tuned. There is a lot of Magic the Gathering content coming up, which we'll talk about later. So I do appreciate everything that you just did. All right. Tyler, you want to talk about Walking Dead?
I'm just going to sit here and deal with the chat the whole time. These guys are insane.
All right. Well, yeah, maybe we'll hit up some go to the chat in a little bit. Yeah. So, Carl's death, the red herring. Did you buy it, or did you kind of already know that it was a done deal?
No, he's done. He's gone. He's dead. We're gonna see him in one more episode, and he's done.
Nice. All right. Well, on to the next review. denofgeek.com says Honor is emotional and packed with action, with some particularly gory bits, with a few interesting twists that will undoubtedly keep fans talking until the season finale. I will not say that Honor, which is the episode's name, feels like a fresh new start for The Walking Dead, because it isn't. If anything, it feels like the beginning of the end for the Gimple era. So, Tyler, I want to stay with you. It's a little bit less, glowing review, but they're saying that there's gory bits, so that's kind of a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know. There's a lot of backlash with the whole, Gimple and him offing Carl. But and hey, look at who decided to join us.
Hi guys!
Oh my God! Rebekah, the note taker from RAD Entertainment.
Hello, I'm so sorry I'm late.
No, it's better late than never. Welcome aboard, my friend. Good seeing you again.
Nice seeing you guys.
Yeah. All right. So, man, this is all types of distracting. You guys like live
What
shows?
have I missed?
Not a lot. We got started late due to me. And,
good. Good. It worked out in my favor then. Awesome.
Tony was missing the thingy.
Thingy.
Tony was
I never
missing
found
the
it.
thing.
So.
Couldn't find his thingy.
Oh, that sounds like a problem.
Yeah. Well, let's wait. It's somewhere floating around here.
Yeah.
Oh. Well.
That's how he described it.
Well.
Well. All right. Well, yeah. And Rebekah, you how's the YouTube channel going?
Really, really good. My favorite video is the latest one that I have uploaded, which is a video of basically Garage House Studios. So yeah, it's going. That was my favorite one. It was so much fun making that, and Yeah, it's going pretty good. Going pretty good.
Awesome.
Chad seems to be really excited that you're here, by the way.
Hi.
Right.
And just a huge shout out, John, to your channel, which is slowly just getting derailed like crazy here. Your subs, man, they're just flying. They're flying right now.
Yeah, it's a little bizarre, but hey, again, thanks, Jeremy.
Gift card did some good.
I got flash mobbed by Unsleeved Media, which is unexpected but appreciated. So
we got Carlos here. Bring your subscribers.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, you like this stuff? Go to RAD Entertainment and Geeky Larp as well. Yeah. All right. Hey, let's get back on track. So yeah, let's go back to the denofgeek.com post. So Rebekah, you're joining us a little late, but we are talking about the early reviews for the episode of Honor, which is the mid-season premiere. We're the first one from comicbook.com was kind of just like a glowing review. We kind of already went over that. I'm going to read the second one again, and then I would love to hear your thoughts on it. So Honor is emotional and packed with action with some particularly gory bits with a few interesting twists that will undoubtedly keep fans talking until the season finale. I will not say that Honor feels like a fresh new start for The Walking Dead because it isn't. If anything, it feels like the beginning of the end for the Gimple era.
That is interesting. That makes me really nervous. Honestly, like I know knowing what we're getting into, I don't think my heart can handle it. But then like hearing that, it's like, oh, this is gonna be bigger than what I probably anticipate. So
sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Dan, what do you think about that one?
Yeah.
Gory bits, right? Gory bits is sweet.
Gory bits is good.
The gory bits is good. I like the twists thing. I always like a good twist. And the fact that I guess the Gimple era thing is just the fact of maybe changing it up a bit, maybe changing the format, maybe keeping it. Does that mean they're going to keep it more what the fans want, or are they still going to keep doing their own thing? Because
obviously
I like
Gimple
when you take a risk. Yeah. I don't like when they give in to the fans too much. But,
yeah.
Absolutely.
Everybody dies for a reason. It changes the story. It makes the story better. Is hopefully what you hope. But
it also says something about just being more. It's not a fresh start. It's kind of more of the same. Tyler, does that kind of stress you out a bit? Were you hoping for kind of an overhaul, or is this kind of what you expected?
No, I mean this is what I expected. I wasn't hoping for an overhaul. I wasn't on the Gimple hating train. So. I'm just looking forward to hopefully an exciting second half of the season.
Absolutely. Turd Ferguson says his special guest is Guinness. Hey, not a bad special guest in the chat. All right, and the last early review is from Insider. So that's probably the biggest, most well-known reviewer. They started out with rating it a C+, which is kind of blaring. Well, they said the scenes between Carl, Rick, and Michonne were top-notch. Viewers will apparently be left disappointed by answers to the big questions. So that is kind of a fart in the wind as far as a review goes, as opposed to the other two. C+ is kind of a stinker, especially for, coming off such a devastating kind of a big episode as the mid-season finale was. Yeah, viewers will apparently be left disappointed by the answers to the big questions. What the hell are they talking about? What big questions?
There's a lot of questions. Yeah, there's quite a few.
So many.
But it depends what they answer. So I don't know what they answer to know what's left unsaid.
Yeah.
Who's in the damn helicopter? There's a question.
And well, I mean, honestly, like I don't want them to answer all of the questions coming back to the mid-season premiere. I want some questions left unanswered, and of course, once the end credits come out, I'm gonna be like, no, I want to know. But in reality, that's gonna make it better.
What if Carl? I mean, he's gonna die, right? What if the twist is he dies, but he doesn't turn, and then they keep his dead body around for a while because he's the cure, and they have to run around with dead Carl at weekend at Bernie's with Carl. Wait a minute, still dead.
That would not be a disappointment.
That's degrading on
degrading.
Chandler Riggs.
Just use a prop then. Use a prop call. Keep him in for a bit.
We also entertain the fact that it could be the
thing.
ghosts you know, that's
like a force ghost.
Like, I mean, like I know we like vaguely kind of said like, oh, maybe it was the whispers. That's right. The whispers.
Well, John had a really me and John had a good talk about that on a previous episode.
I think they're gonna connect it with fear.
Where he said that he thinks they're gonna connect it to Fear the Walking Dead and not proper.
Absolutely,
right.
That's totally what's happening.
Yeah. Which I thought proper was going that route until you brought up all those points. I don't watch Fear at all.
Fear is going to be on the same timeline because Morgan has his cane in Fear.
Correct.
Right. Yeah, well, that's what he's saying. There's going to be a big time jump. And that's a question, too, is after this particular season premiere, or after this season, are we going to get a big time jump in Walking Dead as well? So to keep Walking Dead itself ahead of Fear the Walking Dead.
If they time jumped and left unanswered questions, I'd be ticked as hell. It's 20 years and they couldn't answer this tiny little thing that's been bugging me.
I mean, 20 years is quite a jump, though.
Yeah, I doubt 20 years.
That's quite a jump.
Don't be like the Saw franchise. Give us the answers.
I don't know. I think they are gonna do. They're gonna time jump both, like I said. And this is kind of. I'm not gonna spoil where we are in Fear the Walking Dead for all parties involved that haven't caught up. But
I won't watch it. It's fine.
It's still fine.
Okay.
I plan on watching it, and I'm not caught up.
Okay, so I will speak in code. I'm just gonna say they left it in a place where where a time jump would be appropriate. So with everything, and we've all talked about what they're doing with Morgan kind of going over to Fear the Walking Dead for now on, and that brings, and this wasn't part of my notes because we have talked about the whole Morgan thing a lot, but a new interview with Lenny James, who plays Morgan, did surface recently, and he said, and I'm paraphrasing, he said something to the effect of, Morgan is very good for Rick, the characters on the show. So I doubt that Morgan going to Fear will be the last that Rick and Morgan interact with each other. So that confirms, and actors talking about roles and futures and stuff like that, it always could be misdirection, because they're obviously not allowed to really speak to a lot of things. But that does confirm, that Morgan does survive this season, that it's not going to be some kind of weird flashback, and that they might, pull this might be the beginning of the end, so to speak, of Fear the Walking Dead, more so The Walking Dead, where Morgan's going to go over, he's going to meet these characters of Fear, and then I think they're just going to kind of draw whatever the cream is over and integrate, into Walking Dead proper.
I just look back at the mid-season finale, and I think it was Melissa McBride that was a guest, and it was like right before they're gonna reveal who was the person that was connecting the two, and the way that she talked was like we've already said our goodbyes, like the cast is like like we're upset, blah blah blah, and then once he came on, he seemed like he was just like, yeah, this is what it is. I'm really not too happy about it. So just judging by their,
it's a whole different.
It seems like there's more to it.
It's going to be a whole different dynamic for him because he's grown. They're a family. He's been working with these people for a while, and now he's going to be shipped off to LA and have to work with a whole new group of people.
See, here's what I think. Gimbal's obviously pissed a lot of people off. Is what's happened. So now they're not only trying to fix that with the cast and the crew and the story, then they've also got to worry about the story. So there's a lot of stuff they've got to take care of behind the scenes before we even get to see what comes out. But yeah, obviously that does affect some of that, and it does affect where the shows go. And I feel like, back to what you were saying, they may end up doing another crossover. It might be cool to do a big grand finale crossover with both shows, just to kind of, I don't know, I like crossovers. I like little Easter eggs and little, secret things, but just
absolutely
don't get away with it.
If it's a means to an end, like I used to watch the CW shows quite a bit, like the CW DC shows, where it was just like, there was Arrow, and then there was Flash, and there was Legends of Tomorrow, and it was great, and it was fun, and it had all those fun moments of crossovers, just like, you know, the MCU does, and the DCEU basically is. It's all big crossover franchise and stuff like that. But it started getting a little, you know, with the CW DC shows, it started getting a little like they scheduled it. Yeah, they did, and it was just like, okay, when is the Flash Arrow episode this season? And it's just like it was like clockwork, and then they added Supergirl to it, and it just happened all the time.
Because now when things happen, you're like, do I have to watch all these shows now to really figure out what the heck's going on? And I only really care about the Flash, so I'm not going to watch all these other shows. And then...
Why can't it be cool like back in the day when what was the silly little Quentin Tarantino connections that they had? Like Mr. Blonde's brother was so
where it's more Easter eggy than it is actual.
Don't overdo it, is what I'm saying. Like, if they cross over again for these two shows, it needs to be a big moment. It needs to be a finale of some kind that has significance. And if it does introduce something cool and new, then that would be fine too. Like, you know, bring on those whisperers, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I hope that's what they're doing. Tyler, do you think that this is kind of the beginning of the end of Fear the Walking Dead, now that you know, Lenny James has kind of said we're gonna, you know, Rick and Morgan are gonna, I almost said Rick and Morty. Rick and Morgan are gonna meet again. Do you think that's basically spells doom for Fear the Walking Dead?
Yeah, I think so. And just like, you know, last time we kind of, you know, talked about this topic, and I think Morgan is going to be the bridge that, you know, that bridges that gap and kind of brings the two shows together. And I think they can only carry both shows for so long. And, you know, I think bringing Morgan over to Fear is going to help bring some of the Fear ratings up, just like, you know, kind of like we talked about before, John. And, but I mean, Fear has been on an incline as Walking Dead proper has been losing viewers, but I think they'll, you know, bridge that gap and they'll bring them together. And I think they're hoping to bring the ratings back up for Fear or for Walking Dead proper.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, that's the early reviews, which, you know, so some are good, some were mediocre. Well, I mean, we only went over 3, so but yeah, I mean, just hearing those, I guess here's my question posed to you guys. Just hearing those kind of early reviews and early thoughts from these people, Insider and comicbook.com, does it sway you guys more or less? Are you more or less excited for the mid-season premiere?
It will never sway me. I will always be excited.
I mean, I always look forward to it, but I don't let anything else change the way I think about it. I don't let, unless it's a valid point and you've outsmarted me and you've proved that it makes more sense, then you know, I don't let anything outside of that. I'm gonna watch it anyway.
And with Insider, there's been many things that I just didn't agree with them anyway. So that's not one that I would hold their opinion to any value. So, I mean, that's just my personal thing.
Here first.
From the note taker herself.
Yeah, I pretty much am, you know, not really excited and could care less about.
Surprise!
Like Tony, the don't care Walters.
Yeah, well, I am excited.
I don't give a shit, Walters.
I am excited to talk about the show again.
Yeah.
But I don't care to watch the show.
Get together and talk.
Yeah.
We could do it without the Walking Dead as Tony. Yeah, he's ready for the Game of Thrones.
Yeah, so ready for the Game of Thrones show, which is going to be pushed off far too long.
Well, that gives me plenty of time to catch up, and I can be a part of it too. So
there you go.
I'm okay with that.
Tyler, you're still on board, right? You're just as excited.
Oh yeah. I could repeat what Rebekah and Dan said. I never have let
Tony
anybody. Yeah, not Tony. Shut up, Tony. No.
Tony and his rebel hairstyle, his bad attitude. Get a haircut, Tony.
You damn hippie.
I'm thinking about it.
I like it.
Yeah, don't, because you look sexy. But anyways. Oh my god. Moving along. So that's the early reviews. Now I would like to touch a little bit. Should I just stop talking and just let that be creepy for a second? No. I want to talk about the subplots. You know, we've talked about, you know, ad nauseum about freaking Carl. Yes, he's dead. Fine. Put him in the ground. Bury him. Next. No, just kidding. But yeah.
I kind of do feel it.
Wow.
Yeah, right.
That is harsh.
Disconnected.
No, I mean,
I'm not coming on the show ever again.
Unsubbed. No. But seriously, it's just like that's all everyone's talking about is the Morgan thing and the Carl thing. So let's talk about some subplots, shall we? The first one, I want to talk about Aaron and Enid. They're going to Oceanside. What are they expecting to find there? And what will they find, or what are they expecting to find there? And although, wow, was I drunk when I read? Probably.
Quite possible.
Holy shit. Yeah, what are they expecting to find there? And if they are all dead, I mean, that's basically saying that Rick committed genocide on an entire colony of women and children. And we're still okay with that. But thoughts on Aaron and Enid going to the Oceanside. What do you think, Tyler?
What do I think? I don't know. I mean, because we do see in the preview, we do see that Enid is back at the hilltop, but we don't see any of the Oceanside people. So I don't know what I don't know how to answer that. I don't know what to make of that.
All right. All right. What do you think, Dan? What do you think is going to be at the Oceanside?
You know, I have been trying to think about what could be going on here, and he's right too. They seem to go and come back empty-handed, but I really don't know. Like, I feel like they should have done something more with them before this, but maybe they're saving this for the big, because there is obviously a big finale coming. But I don't know.
Right.
I really don't have any idea. We should ask the only person that would be allowed at Oceanside.
Oh, me. That's me. Me personally, like, my thought on like the whole situation was that Oceanside did decide to fight, and they were like on their way to go somewhere to fight the battle, whatever, and then they just both got themselves in a bad situation. And now with, the grandma being shot and everything, that's going to take more convincing to Oceanside to say like, hey, wrong time, like wrong spot, wrong time. We're sorry. Like how this world is. Like, it's obviously we didn't mean to. Please still fight for us. Like, this is a big loss. Like, we're sorry. Like while they're on the way to fight, but now it's going to be like convincing them to fight.
Like, grandma was slowing them down anyway.
Yeah,
it's true.
Titania or whatever made up name that woman had.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. And then of course that one, I wish I could remember her name. Oh my gosh, I didn't have time to look at my previous notes.
The young girl?
And the young girl. Like, she was the one that was like leading the pack. Like, no, we need to fight. Like, this is it. Like, I think this is gonna turn, like, make a character arc for her.
For sure.
So now she's gonna be going down a certain way, and it's gonna just, however the story goes, it's going to just twist it around, and it's going to be harder for them, to get on board and everything.
I really am intrigued by that group, and like I say, I wish they did more with them sooner, but hopefully it's something for us to look forward to, because there's a lot of good characters there.
For sure. I agree.
So,
well, like you said, but they made it very specific to only focus on a couple of POV characters from there. You had the girl, and I'm blanking on her name too, and they could have set up kind of an ongoing love interest scenario for my favorite character, Tara.
Yes, I was hoping for that.
What about Sydney Parks, the actress's name?
Yeah, her. Wasn't it like Christine or Christina or something? I don't know.
Cindy?
But then there was a young girl too, wasn't there?
Like the little girl. I really liked her. I loved the fire in her. And I am excited for her to kick some ass. Like, I can see, like, there's a certain group coming out. Like I said, like, I think they were already on their way to help the battle. And I feel like that little girl with so much sass, which
I don't think they were coming out.
Catherine.
I don't think that they were coming out to fight the battle, though. I think that they were like, hey, there's this car parked over here. Let's go figure out what's happening.
But what I thought was that they were far enough out from Oceanside that I don't think they would have been like, oh, there's a car parked out
they
here.
were leaving an offering. They brought the truck full of stuff to be like, here's the offering. Now let's sit and wait to be nice instead of coming in. And then they killed their leader.
Now that was an offering, but I thought that they were going to actually like roll into their encampment.
You don't roll into that place without getting shot at like crazy.
Spear up your ass, Rebekah.
Well, they technically don't know because all they've known is going in and taking the guns. Like they don't really know. Like Tara knows. Yeah, they've never been there except for
they were there.
Well, except for the whole like
them two.
Like
not those two.
Yeah, like
I'm sure they've heard stories.
Tara wasn't very chatty about it, though.
Yeah, she wasn't very chatty about it. Like she.
You don't think Rick
and she was towards the end
with the Spoiling Dead show?
I think that they were on the way. They're far enough out, the whole bit. But with that little sassy girl, I think there's more to her, and she's going to be like kind of tagging along. Like she was not allowed to come for the battle, but she tags along and saves like somebody's life, like saves Tara's life. And Tara thinks she's like a little shithead, but then she saves Tara's life. Like how cool would that be?
Fucking language, Rebekah.
Pause here. If you would like to see more of this happening, join us next Monday on Spoiling Dead.
Shameless plug.
Shameless. Yeah. No, absolutely.
Yeah.
You get to see her.
Yeah, they're introducing a new Carl-like character, and it's that little sassy girl.
Oh, yeah, you gotta,
wait. So you think Cindy's gonna be the new Carl, not the little Benjamin kid or whatever?
We're gonna follow a younger version, but a girl around.
Yeah, for sure. I like that. Like,
well, why keep Judith around then?
Hold on. Here's the real question: how old's Judith going to be in this season premiere?
No, well, it showed you if the time jump was correct. It showed old man Rick and Judith was running around. She was probably like 7 or 8 years old.
Well, is that Judith?
Yeah,
I mean, like, it could be Gracie.
It's Gracie.
I'm just saying she had the rabbit.
Yeah, Gracie.
Because we've had that.
Okay, yeah. Well, either way, okay, then Gracie. I'm just saying, there's a bunch of little kids.
Ages. Like
it's bad
in this mid-season finale or mid-season break. She's gonna have like aged like another 2 years.
It was kind of bad, but not as bad.
It's pretty bad.
It's not that bad.
She'll be asking for the car keys next season.
All right, Tyler. Anything interesting from the chat?
We got Thought Factory's joined us. So
hey, what's up, Felix?
Felix is joining us again.
Yeah.
Thought Factory thinks it's Gracie.
Oh, well, Thought Factory is probably right. All right. Moving along. So that's all from the ocean side. Or unless, Tyler, did you talk about it? I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, girl.
We're ready for some oceanside action. Bring it on.
Yeah. Do you think there's anything to walk into in Oceanside, or is everyone dead?
I don't know.
Who was that directed towards?
Yeah.
I said Tyler like 8 times, but
oh, yeah, it's directed towards Tyler.
Oh,
I don't remember you saying Tyler. I thought you were asking Rebekah.
Tyler, when they go to the Oceanside, Tyler, are they going to find anything, Tyler, at the Oceanside, Tyler?
Well, John.
I already told you. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to call Oceanside.
Oh yeah, you did. Sorry, I'm all verklempt. This episode. All right, next.
John is not having enough to drink. Drink more.
I'm drinking on a ton of cough medicine. Okay, Father Gabriel.
What you guys were drinking on tonight?
Oh,
you missed that part. You showed up late.
Theraflu.
That's like my favorite, like one of my favorite parts. I like to see all the different kinds of beers that you guys are drinking.
I am drinking a Founders Sumatra Mountain Brown Imperial Ale brewed with Sumatra coffee, and I just realized this motherfucker is 9.0 or 9% alcohol. And I'm chugging on this thing. Damn it. Okay, moving along.
It's gonna make you feel better.
Father Gabriel delivering Dr. Carson to Maggie. Did they make it? Someone talk about it. Anyone?
That was me. Sorry.
I don't know what just happened.
We had a bit of a tech malfunction over here. We're fine. We're good. We're good.
Okay. I said Father Gabriel delivering Dr. Carson to Maggie. Do they make it? Dan.
Do they make it?
The sick ass doctor, or does the sick ass Gabriel that's like sick with like SARS or something? Does he make it with Dr. Carson back to the hillside to deliver Maggie?
Yes, he makes it because gosh, he's got to get something right one of these days.
He's been redeeming himself since he saved Judith.
I think
when they went through the walls. Like Father Gabriel is a part of the group. He's good. Right. We love him.
He's dead. He's totally dead.
He's gonna die. He'll die, but he'll make it. I think he'll get there.
He'll get there, but he'll die.
Yeah.
Tony said, fuck it, he's dead.
Illness is a mystery to me. I still think something's up.
Yeah. I think he's dead.
I think they gave
Just
him
a gimbal
something.
mistake.
I think they gave him something. Like the first thing that comes to my mind now, and it's not something that I've thought of previous to this, but like back when they were at the prison, they got sick from those pigs, whatever. So they kind of like know like where to go for sickness that is curable. And I feel like that they gave it to him, a reason to get him to the doctor, get him out,
I think
hopefully get Eugene on board, back, enough time, and then he's good.
The problem with the plan is that Gabriel ended up there by accident.
Well,
this is true.
Maybe he had a turkey leg in his pocket just in case.
He ended up there by accident because the other dude stole his rag.
Because he was about to leave and he went back.
It was all a little bit convenient,
he's
though.
good-hearted.
It was all a bit convenient.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. That's how the show works. Inconvenience.
But is it bad writing or is it?
It is a TV show.
Yeah.
What?
She's playing
sorry,
with
there's a dog.
God damn dog.
Talking to her shoes again. She talks to her shoes when she's nervous.
All right.
And my shoes are called Emmett. No matter what shoe. Well, these shoes are Emmett.
Emmett. All right. Well, Sebastian is looking at me like he wants to rip my throat out, so I'm not going to touch him. But he's a cute cat. Sometimes. Hold on, I got a funny story about this cat. We're going off the beaten path here. Hey, 18% alcohol in this guy right now. The cat jumped. He likes to jump on the windowsills here and look out the windows. This townhouse has installed the cheapest ass blinds known to man. So this dumbass fat cat, and this cat is not skinny. Sorry, girl, but you ain't skinny. He gets his back foot gets tangled up in the blinds, rips the entire thing to shreds, and is just this ball of pain and suffering. So I run over and I'm like, dude, let me help you. Oh my God. He turns around, bites me. I'm like, oh my God. I guess it's not that funny.
You made us move here. I hate you.
Oh, poor thing.
It's pretty scary. But I got him out and he's fine. He just fucked up my blinds. And now I'm out $20.
Damn cats.
Moving along. All right. Tyler, does Father Gabriel make it to, where are they going? The hillside with Dr. Carson to deliver Maggie's baby?
I think he does make it back to the hilltop. I think he is legitimately sick. I don't think there's any planned illness or anything like that. I think he is jacked up. In the previews for the next episode, there's a shot and he has just super bloodshot eyes. He just looks like he's dying. But I do think he makes it back with Dr. Carson, and then that's probably the beginning of the end for
zombie virus is airborne.
Except if you're Negan, because he just takes a shower right afterwards and he's okay.
He's immune like Rick and Carl.
That plot armor is thick.
I still don't like how Negan kind of announced that Gabriel was going to get sick. Just like that. Hey guys, right. You could get sick putting this stuff all over you.
What is this? The Star Wars prequels? What's with all the exposition? Yeah.
It must just be a lot of gimbal. It's a lot of gimbal stuff they're tidying up. I'm guessing then. Just a lot of bad writing.
So do you think Gimbal's being fired or something?
He's moved on. They
scooched him over.
Yeah, they didn't fire him. They just took him off The Walking Dead and moved him. He's kind of the head of Fear the Walking Dead now, right?
So no, he's not involved in the shows at all. He's the marketing manager of the franchise, so he's not involved in the production anymore.
Well, he's also supposed to have a role where he's kind of overseeing both shows to kind of make sure there's continuity and consistency between the two shows.
He's like the Jeff Johns after Jeff Johns got fired from DCEU. He's just Angela Kang has to be like, hey boss, is this cool? But he's not going to look at it. He's just, there was so much backlash basically reading into this thing. There was so much backlash from all the decisions lately that a head had to roll, but they also couldn't be like, hey, we fucked up and Scott Gimple is to blame. So they made him oversee the merch and the brand basically. But for all intents and purposes, Angela King is your new showrunner.
I'm so surprised that I missed this.
Well, maybe if you would have watched our other Walking Dead show, we could find out about all this because we had a whole show about it.
I thought we were cool, Rebekah.
I didn't even hear about that one.
We're kind of disappointed, Rebekah.
You missed it because we also talked about Game of Thrones.
Oh, that one. Okay, so that's why I missed it because I purposely did not watch it because you guys were talking about Game of Thrones. So that's why. Okay.
Because you're averted to Game of Thrones, or you're just not?
No, I'm so behind. Like I literally, the last thing that I saw, like the last episode that I saw, was Red Wedding. That's
Tyler's also not caught.
I'm like way behind, so I was like,
and Tyler's leaving.
Fuck this.
I mean, like technically, I didn't like give away anything.
No, you gave away a title to an episode.
You know what that sounds like?
I didn't know what you were gonna say, so I was just ready until it dropped.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're good. You're fine.
Oh no.
It's good.
This show is a mess, guys.
Okay.
The Google chat is like having a seizure right now, or the Hangouts. It's like, oh, what camera? Oh my god! All right, next order of business. Let's move along. I must have been in like a romance novel kind of mood. Oh no, we'll get there later. Maggie with all the POWs. Does that come into play sooner or later?
For sure.
Dan, I haven't heard from you.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna. I think it's gonna be a big part of what happens up there. I think it's gonna change a lot of the ways people do things, and I hope actually that it's bad. I hope it gets really messy. I hope that because those guys that are in that pen, they're just looking for trouble.
Well, one of them is at least, right?
Well, when there's one, there's 10 more. So I think there's going to be some stuff go down, but there'll be a valuable lesson learned, and I hope that obviously it's going to involve Jesus and Maggie and how they ultimately decide to move forward with things. But
for sure,
Jesus needs a slap in the face. I think.
I agree. Like I really enjoy Jesus' character. He's definitely like one of my favorites. But I think it's more going to come down on him than Maggie. And it's going to be kind of like this proves that Maggie is a badass. Something happened and she reacted in a way that they know like, oh, she's not somebody that we need to fuck with. Or
you're okay.
Okay.
I'll allow it.
Like I still think something bad is going to happen, but she's going to react in a really good way that she's going to put her up a little bit more.
I think that Jesus is on Negan's side.
There is a theory.
Wow.
Yeah, there is a theory.
Yeah, I think that Jesus is on Negan's side, and that's why he's keeping all these people alive.
Connect the dots in your mind.
That's a theory I haven't heard yet. That's interesting.
Good one.
I mean, it definitely makes sense because then he brings in Alexander is like, oh, we need help. We can't do this on our own.
Trust me,
please
my name's
help
Jesus.
us. But then, like, no, that's just another group to be under Negan's thumb. As much as I hope that doesn't happen, I mean, it definitely like makes sense.
It's a clever one. It makes you think.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you guys think that they're going to kind of escape before kind of the saviors reach their doorstep, like the Hilltop's doorstep, or do you think that it's going to be that's going to be part of the narrative once all arrives there?
I don't know. I could see it going either way. I'd like to see them kind of break out and cause some mayhem at the Hilltop beforehand. But at the same time, it would be pretty cool to just see their saviors roll up and save the day.
Yeah. And Felix at Thought Factory is not in agreement with you, Tony, but I will give you this.
I like his comment. Jesus on the inside, who is this guy?
You gotta keep an open mind. You gotta consider everything. You never know.
No. But seriously, look at Eugene in the show. Look at Carl in the show. Look at all the deviations from the comic to the show. So I mean, nothing at this point. This is what we've learned about the Walking Dead show is nothing's off the table. Anything could happen. So sure, I mean, could I see Jesus pop up and stab Rick in the back and be like, haha, Negan wins? No, but maybe, whatever. Hey, Prophets of Istavan. He says, no, not bad Jesus. Have no idea.
I don't know. We all think that Negan is smart. I mean, I think Negan is smarter than. I think there's a plan there we haven't been completely told about. And the only way that could work is if there's a mole in there.
Right.
And they definitely stated that there was a mole.
But they presented the mole as being Gregory.
But
I think that but I think
timeline is a
Gregory's
little
not a
off
mole.
for
He's
Gregory to be there and tell them, because when Gregory went there,
he's just a
Negan
pawn.
seemed to had already know what was going on.
Well, my biggest question, so like leaving off, which maybe it's in your notes, just on this kind of topic here. Speaking of plans not yet being revealed to us, what was Eugene's big plan? Like, just go ahead and shoot the zombies so we can get out of here? Was that his big genius plan?
They didn't show us something.
They didn't show us his. Yeah, they didn't show it to us.
Yeah.
Because he's in there talking to Negan, being like, "I got a plan," and then Dwight walks in.
That's a good segue. So dissension in the Savior's ranks. Eugene, although getting a big win, hurting the walkers away from the sanctuary, Negan still consistently pressuring him. Does he break and turn? So that kind of piggybacks off of your question.
Right. We were just talking about what exactly was this big master plan they didn't show that. Was it just like?
I mean, I feel like it's got to be go ahead and use your bullets now because I can make them for you. Let's go ahead and just do this.
Or use your bullets now, so all of your bullets are used, and then you can't fight against my group that I love.
I feel like that's happening. I feel like that's gonna come. I do. I really do.
I think Eugene's just
I think
dead.
it's Eugene. And
Eugene's on. If Eugene does go back to the other side, if he makes his redemption move, does he still die this season?
It's not because of Eugene. It's because Eugene sees a way out with Bad Daryl, and that's happening. He sees that.
Bad Daryl.
These Dwight's connected to them. There's a bit of hope. I could help Dwight.
But even if he makes that redemption move, if he does that, does he still die this season? Because I think he's dying no matter what.
He lives or dies, to be honest. But
I think he's dead.
Go out fighting.
Wait a minute. An epiphany just came over me. So Morgan built the jail. If you're a fan of the Walking Dead comics, or not, I'm going to say it anyways. Negan lives throughout All Out War in the comics. Spoiler alert. But in the show, I think at the end of this season, they're going to kill Negan. I think Jeffrey Dean Morgan is too expensive. I just do. But I think that Eugene is going to make that eventual turn. Like Rebekah said, something about, sabotaging the guns or something. Because Negan's just putting too much pressure. Simon's putting too much pressure on Eugene, and he's going to break and be like, fuck, the grass wasn't always greener. I got to go back to my boys. But, and like you guys just said, Eugene is not going to be trusted, so he's going to go in the jail instead of Negan.
I like it. And you're right with Jeffrey Dean Morgan being a little too expensive.
Oh, yeah,
I thought about that too. But it's not so much that. A comic book is a little bit different, I think. People that want to watch a show and cram it, we need an ending. We need to see this guy fucking die sooner or later. I think.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, absolutely.
I think so too, because he hasn't been well received either from the majority of people.
It's just what we want. It's what the show's about, and it's how the show works. Eventually, Negan has to die.
Well, and not just that, but if they're kind of going to maybe a middle ground to satisfy the viewers, but do what they want to do.
And I think
if they had Negan survive, all of us viewers, well, not me, but they'll be like, oh, it's just going to be another governor. Really? You're going to keep him around? What's this all about?
I think that Carl softens the blow somehow, but I think Negan's still got to die. To me, it's just makes sense.
Yeah.
I get how it works in the comics, and what you just said about that makes good sense.
Thought Factory has a really good comment that I totally agree with, which is they're not going to kill Negan. That's why they're killing Carl, to make Rick not kill Negan.
I think that
no. That's the death sentence right there. Carl dying is Negan's death sentence. There's no coming back
Carl's
from that.
last act was saving this other guy.
Yeah, for sure.
But also, Carl said that at the moment up on the balcony down to Negan.
I think he did that. I think he was talking from the heart, that he was being serious, but he knew like I have a connection with Negan. I'm gonna talk to him. This is really what's going on, but it's still saving everybody, giving everybody time behind me to get down, because no matter how much of a connection that Negan and I have, and yes, like, this is a real conversation, he's still going to bust through the walls and still get the people that I love. So I'm still going to try and reach to him and save the people that I love behind me.
That's true. But he's right, though. I don't think Rick is going to kill Negan. I think that's why I say when I said soften the blow. I think the thing with Carl dying is going to prevent that. But I still think Negan's still going to die.
But back with the Eugene thing, and I don't mean to like go off of no, like I don't mean to like go off of like subject, but like I think like with Eugene's thing is like, let's kill all of them out, let's get out here. I will make you more bullets. I know where to
we don't know.
I know where to get them.
I like that.
But this is a central area that he knows that somebody on the other side knows where it's at. Rosita does. She had him make that one bullet, so they're gonna go there. Rosita's gonna be like, "Oh, they're coming back to this place to make more bullets. I know where this is." They're not gonna expect us because they probably don't know that this is where I am.
Negan.
You know, so they're gonna be in there making those more bullets, and then Alexandra comes in and there's all like,
what if they're just like on a cliff? They're on a cliff. Rick's like got a gun to him. I'm not gonna kill you. And then he just slips and
that's what's gonna happen. Let him scream down all the way.
The great equalizer here, the great equalizer that is the main difference from the comic book, is that Carl is dying, and it's because of all-out war. It's because, and even though it wasn't Negan that did it, it was a walker essentially, but Carl died during this timepiece, and showing Rick's red eyes, you know, in those flash forwards, flashbacks we don't know yet, and showing that poster art that is going to be the thumbnail for this very video of Rick with that cool, you know, Weapon X-esque, you know, like scream, is saying to the viewers, Negan's fucking dead. There's no way that Negan lives. Show Negan lives through this, because I would venture to say 30% of people that watch the show, and I'm being generous, 30% of people that watch the show read the comic books. So there is a complete disconnect, and so they're going to be like, you know,
I mean, they've done it plenty of times where they've veered, like, you know, made drastic differences from the comic book. I mean, they've done it plenty of times. So I see your point, and I think that I mean, I can definitely see them killing Negan because Jeffrey Dean Morgan is expensive. And I know that he has some stuff going on that possibly here with the DCEU in the near future. But I think that what they've set up is, I don't think that Carl's death is them saying we're going to kill Negan. I think that Carl's death is them saying we're not going to kill Negan.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't think so.
I will say, if they don't kill him by the finale, then they're not going to kill him.
If Negan would have actually killed Carl, then I would be completely different.
Doesn't matter. Negan's already killed enough people. It's not that. It's that Carl gets a sad death. We want a fucking happy death. Like, if somebody's gonna die sad, I want to cheer.
That's just because you want Negan dead so bad.
No, here's how it's gonna go down. Negan's gonna come and visit Carl and be all sad and sorry while he's dying, and Carl's gonna go, "Fuck you, motherfucker," and stab him in the eye with a fucking knife. End.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Credits roll.
45 minutes into Dead Guys Talking, it just, you know, oh, I can't even talk. Someone, what?
Yes, I love it.
They gotta kill Negan, end of story. And I don't think it's gonna be Rick. That opens up so many more cool people that could kill him.
Then you can replace Carl as the one-eyed character for 5 minutes.
Yes!
Who is this saying all of these?
They took out Kick-Ass Tiger Kill away. We gotta get something. He's gotta die. No, I wanted the Tiger to fight.
I did too, but it makes me sad talking about her.
The worst death on the show.
Was the Tiger?
Whoa.
No.
Huh?
Your audio just completely cut out.
No, it was just super lame. It was just
she deserved a more honorable death.
Hey,
that is for sure.
We're gonna walk through this ditch.
The way the comic Tiger died.
Huh?
That's fine. No, she died the way the comic Tiger died. That was fine.
They could have made it a little bit more like purposeful.
Which
I mean,
once I agree with Tony, like that doesn't happen very often.
Well, okay, no, well, she died protecting her people, which was cool in both the comic and the show. However, what was the deal with the whole radioactive zombies? In like, is that going to come to play like season finale, like the very last scene, it's gonna like show a close up of like some stupid overturned like radioactive.
My problem with that scene is that there's like a ditch. They're standing above it. They see a bunch of zombies and like, we're gonna climb through this ditch instead of like, hey, let's walk down like 50 more feet and then cross.
Shittiest zombies ever. Like even Ezekiel's just like, what befell this poor creature? And then he's like walking right next to it. And that fucking took down a tiger.
I just think the radioactive walkers were just another one of their like cool special effects walkers, like the Oceanside ones with all like the barnacles all over them. It's just like another type of
Davy Jones Pirates of the Caribbean
to bring into.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Thought Factory reminded me of Return of the Living Dead.
Return of the Living Dead. That's what they come from. It's toxic waste in the river. It's a nod. It's a George.
Which I'm sure that was his inspiration, wasn't it?
But, that's how it happened in the movies.
But but from what I heard from Kirkman, or not, like I talked to Kirkman, but well, he is my mom according to Tyler. But
true.
He said
Maybe
we're never gonna.
About that. Why is he your mom?
I don't know. That's Tyler.
You gotta admit, John kind of looks like Robert Kirkman.
Tyler thinks that if Chris,
it's not that it's his dad, it's just it's his mom. Like he.
Well, you see, if Robert Kirkman and Chris Hardwick made a baby, it would be John.
I can see that.
I can so see that.
What a night to get a bunch of new subscribers.
What do you guys think? Leave us a thought in the comments.
Who is John's biological parents?
Who made John?
Well, Dan, you're my brother, as we found out in our Alien review.
Oh, that's true. We're brothers.
Yeah, you guys have the same childhood.
Yeah, we did. Just in alternate dimensions.
Rebekah, you missed a lot. Oh my God.
We'll come from the same gene pool, I guess.
What are we talking about?
I don't remember. Was it Game of Thrones?
Sure. You want to talk Game of Thrones? Let's do it. This is the first 24-hour live show. Oh my God. Okay.
This one was pretty good tonight.
I have one more, and I think we've already talked about it. Future of Judith and Gracie. That was me throwing my paper.
Dropping the mic.
Dropping the mic.
I don't get the two babies unless they're killing one and replacing it with the other. That's my thought.
I mean, like from that vision that Rick has with the bunny there. I mean, I just feel like that's telling the audience that has the eye for it that Judith is gonna be gone, and I just
it doesn't make sense to me. Like if they were just because they're killing off Carl, if they weren't like I in my mind it's one or the other. Like you kill off Carl or you kill off Judith. Tony. But also why kill off a little girl who's finally getting to an age where she can become a character on the show and just not the question of where's Judith?
Keep cast, so they just set her house on fire and move on to the next kid already.
I know, but now you're just gonna have another baby on the show that you're just like, okay, there's a baby, so that way you can be like, where's Gracie the whole time? Although you are jumping in time.
I don't know.
Gracie, it replaces Maggie's baby.
Maggie's not even pregnant. That doctor's got 18 months to get there to deliver that. That's how long he's got. There's plenty of time.
Oh yeah, true. She's barely pregnant.
No bump. There's no bump.
She's supposed to be like 7 months or something, and she's flat as a pancake.
Is she supposed to be 7 months?
I don't know what the time is anymore.
I honestly think that she should be at least showing.
She's a teenager, and she's still.
I mean, like judging by like how my pregnancy went, like I didn't start like fully showing to like over my clothes showing till I was 25 weeks.
Okay.
What's the math on that?
I don't know. But like, and that's even like tight clothes. Like I could still wear baggy clothes and pass off as not a very fit person,
So tight jeans in the show, though, is what I'm saying.
I wore jeans up until like I was 7 months, 8 months.
Yeah, but he's full like bare midriff shots at this point, and there's no fucking baby bump.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Right. Well.
I don't think she's super far along.
Well, I have one friend that I went to school with, and she is currently pregnant, and she is tiny, like tiny, short, like super tiny. She is like 25 weeks now, and she's just showing a bump.
Let's just call it what it is. She's gonna have the baby during the time jump. That's just what it is.
And then it won't matter with Judith and the other one then, because they'll be like teenagers and new people. So
well, I think
it's like a 5-year jump or something like that.
You can time jump with the new baby because we don't know it yet.
Right.
Judith, it'd be silly really if they did it. I mean, obviously she's got to go with the time jump if the show does one.
Yeah.
You think?
I don't know. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, I mean, in the comic book, Maggie has the baby, and it's a boy, and his name is Glenn.
Of course,
for obvious reasons.
Stupid name for a baby. It's a good grown-up name,
right? Name him like Linda or something. Something old. But yeah, you know, they have the baby, and everything's great, and. Ah, man, I don't know. Like, kids on this show, as far as Gracie and Judith goes, I have to agree with Tony. Why kill Carl and then kill Judith also? Like, what was the point of keeping Judith alive for so many seasons, you know, rather than just say, hey, you know,
Judith dies in the comics, right?
Judith dies right at the
prison.
Judith dies while
with Lori
dies. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Mm-hmm.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, she's not born.
Right.
Well, no, she has.
Oh, no, she has her.
She has.
Yeah. I remember.
You can't have that many babies on a show like this. Practically, I'm not being like it's. Think about it.
Coming from like the professional side of
unless it changes so much that they end up moving somehow. If it's a dramatic change to the point where there is some form of government thing, what is that? The New World Order, whatever they are.
Yeah, exactly.
But what if they end up living in some kind of camp and it is a safe place for people and there are communities again? Then keep the kids. It'll be fine. That's the only way I can see them getting away with it.
Right. My biggest issue is always like, why bring a kid onto a show? Because it changes the dynamic of the show.
It really
when you bring in a kid, but. So, like say Dexter, for example, it's like Dexter has a kid, and it's like, oh, the dynamic of the show is changing. So guess what? We'll just like not show the kid in like 1,000 episodes, so that every episode you can go, where's this kid? Exactly.
It's bad writing. It's a mistake they made that they shouldn't have done.
Well, and here's the thing, especially in The Walking Dead, is, you know, there were children at Woodbury, there were children at the prison, and they showed them get on that bus, and then later on, you know, they open up that bus and a bunch of adult walkers walk out. They are constantly killing kids.
Well, they're
Walking Dead.
Afraid to really kill kids.
But that's the thing.
Well, they're killing them, but they're doing it off camera. They did it in No Way Out, and guess what? That was their best rated, most viewed episode. And I'm not saying, hey, kill kids and you'll get views, but I'm just saying.
But I'm just saying, kill kids and you'll get views.
It's a reality. It's a reality. Yeah. The reality, kids would die just as grown-ups would die.
Like, you don't have to be super gory about it and necessarily show it on camera, but at least like show the after.
The issue,
like with Judith's like car seat or whatever, and it was all bloody.
Right.
You know, like that was a perfect way for a send off for Judith. If Judith was going to be dead, that was fine.
They
like,
should have left it.
It was like, oh, that's so sad and terrible.
But we don't see.
But we don't need to see it.
Well, I'm going to say one of the images that stuck with me the most with this show, like all time, is back in the episode of No Way Out, is when the little shit kid that pees his pants gets eaten, Sam, which, you know, but being a dad, I run parallels. I'm like, oh my God, that could have been my son. But there's a scene that, like, you look down the street and there's a bunch of walkers, but you see this one, couldn't be more than like 2-3 years old, wearing like a onesie, and it's totally walking like a zombie. That's a striking image, and it really stuck out, and that's something that I remember. So
killing a kid on the show too is different than killing a baby, because like you know, Carol killed that one girl, that little girl.
And you still saw the girl that her sister, you know, like you still see like her dead body there, you know. It's like, oh, she'll turn. Like, she'll turn.
So it's like, not like the show hasn't killed kids, but like killing a baby is like, they're like, we gotta wait for this kid to get so old before we can like technically kill this kid.
It's different when it's a main character that you're attached to. It's different from these other kids that just got on buses and don't come home, or it's
or
you're not
you
as a viewer right now. We only give a crap about 2 babies in this, and we barely know one of them. We care because we want to care about the baby, but as far as the characters.
And to bring it around, like what Tony said, is just like, why keep Judith around then if she's not going to survive?
No, I totally agree with that. Which leads you to believe that either A, there's more to it and something's happening and it's important that she's alive, or B, there's just been some bad writing and now they got to take care of that and move forward.
Right, yeah, exactly. Like, they thought this was a good idea back then, and now they're, like, backtracking, like, well, how do we fix this?
He's dug too many holes and he can't fill them all in.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's how it feels a bit.
And then it looks like, and this is not off the notes, but Maria Bello was cast in The Walking Dead proper as an unknown character. Is this, I don't know who's caught up in comics, but I'd like to pose the question, is she Magda? Is anyone caught up?
I'm not sure who Magda is.
Yes, I'm not. We don't read.
I'm not that caught up.
Okay.
Yes, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I own a comic book store. I have the new issue of The Walking Dead, but I am very far behind in it. I read like through the prison stuff pretty much, and then I kind of quit.
So yes, I think she is Magda.
100%. Vouch for or deny anything.
All right, so that is Dead Guys Talking. What an episode. Oh my God. This is your last preview show before the mid-season finale comes back. I want to thank my panel for being here. Well, quickly before that, we have some business to attend to. I would like to talk about my special guests that they were twins that that joined me tonight. This is Founder Sumatra Mountain Brown Imperial 9%. I have 18% alcohol in me right now, and I'm Christian from Northwest Beverage. I'm gonna give this beer a 4.0. It was good. Tyler, did you have a beer?
Yes, and I did not enjoy mine near as much as you enjoyed yours.
Cough medicine and beer is awesome.
All right. I'm going to get some cough medicine now.
Diamond Tap for everyone. It's on me.
Diamond Tap. It's on tap.
I had the blueberry maple stout from Sagatuck Brewing. Not a lot of blueberry. Had a maple on the finish. But other than that, it just tasted like a typical coffee stout. So I'm going to say 3.75.
Oh, no. What was the percentage on that guy?
6%.
Oh.
Which is why I'm not having as much fun as you.
Drink some NyQuil, Tyler. It'll be fine.
Right?
Pardon me. I'm going to take a nap on Wonder Woman. How do you guys like your water? Oh, okay.
Did he die?
I thought he was frozen for a second.
Indeed.
Ladies and gentlemen, so that's what we do at this part of the show. Thursday night, there will not be an episode of DGT Live because my body can't take it, but also because I will be doing a guest spot on the Magic with Zuby podcast. It's been a long time coming. It's going to be awesome. I'm actually going to have to follow up freaking Brian from Tolarian Academy, which is no small order, but I am up for the challenge. So go check out on all the podcast sites, Magic with Zuby. It's amazing, incredible, and I can't wait to guest on that show. Next Monday, we are also not, we're going to take a little, not going to have a show. It is my son's birthday, so we're going to do the following Monday as far as reviewing Walking Dead shows. We're going to do the first and second mid-season, from the break reviews on the following, whatever the date is. I can't do math right now, so don't ask. But that following Thursday, next week, Thursday, which I believe is the 8th. Tony, fact checker. My dude.
Monday is the 4th.
Yeah, that Thursday's the 8th.
Thank you, Cody Hall. Thursday, at least Mr. Tony Walters and I are going to do our first installment of our little sub series. We have a sub series called the Road to Infinity, reviewing the MCU phases, going into the Infinity War review. But this is going to be the director's cut, and the director's cut is going to be spotlighting different prominent directors. And what better director to spotlight right now than Ryan Coogler, that has just came out with a little movie called Black Panther. I don't know if you guys heard of it or not, but we're going to be at least Tony Walters and I are going to be talking about Ryan Coogler, Black Panther, Creed.
Very excited for that one. Very.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. Some special guests probably in the works for that one as well, which you guys should tune in for. But that is what's coming, upcoming on this channel. Thank you guys. Thank you all the new subscribers from, I just want to give a big thank you again to Unsleeved Media. Although, we don't agree all the time, this was very cool. I appreciate the flash mob. It was a lot of fun, and I will talk to you on Twitter. But I want to thank my panel, especially for being here tonight. And I want to kick it off with thanking Mr. Dan Murphy from H&M Films, Garage House Studios. Where can everyone find you, sir?
HMMfilms.com. And everything else
Shit.
at HMM Films. It's
super simple.
It's that simple.
Not for some people. Rebekah the Note Taker Herb, it's so good to see you again. And new YouTube channel, where can everyone find you?
Geeky Larp Chick across the board. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Geeky Larp Chick.
Awesome. And Mr. Tony Walters, founder of RAD Entertainment, also Garage House Studios, filmmaker, all the good stuff. Where can everyone find you, sir?
You can find me at youtube.com/RAD Entertainment or at RAD Entertain on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that jazz. If you like The Walking Dead, you can tune in next Monday to our show, Spoiling Dead, which will be going live at 7 p.m. Eastern time, since you're not going to get your Walking Dead show from DGT next Monday.
We're taking over.
Head on over to RAD Entertainment.
Yeah, absolutely. I will be I'll be sneaking in from time to time, checking you guys out when I can.
Happy birthday, John's son, for next
Yes.
Yay! Noah's turning 10. Oh my God, I have a 10-year-old boy.
That's
Wow.
a big
I'll
boy.
get you some,
Digits.
I know some strippers. I'll send you a message.
He watches the show.
Those people that clean your house, buddy.
Like I said, my heterosexual, but let's be real, my all sexual life mate since 1999, Mr. Tyler J. Dead Guy Ty Pereza. Where can everyone find you?
You can find me here on YouTube on They Said We Said, also the Brewpedia, where you find some really old beer reviews. And that's about it.
Awesome. And little spoiler alert, this motherfucker is coming up to visit me soon in 2 months? So we will be doing some old school in-studio stuff. I can't wait for that. We're going to have to cram into this little thing that I built. But, we're not, we slept in a twin bed before.
We've been closer before.
Yeah. All right. Well, for Dan, Rebekah, Tony, Tyler, I am John. Thank you guys for joining us, and we will see you next time.
Bye.